just your quick thoughts from what you saw out there today.
Yeah, I loved just our attitude coming out of the locker room. Just we were ready to play, played with passion and energy, very intense, physical. Thought our guys were really excited to play today, and played to our standard, and played a bunch of guys. I think 34 guys played today on defense, so that'll pay off, dividends. It's good to, reward guys for their work. So, pleased with, a lot of guys. I don't think it was any one guy, but I thought our guys up front really, from the onset, set the tone for the day.
How valuable is it to get so many of those young guys in a game and get some tape on them?
Yeah, well, again, just get their confidence and get those jitters out. And this is a developmental game. The more they play, the better they're going to get. Even through failure, they're going to learn. And there's a lot of good stuff to coach off of today. So, as we continue to develop our depth across the board, this will be a great, start for a lot of those guys in their careers.
Disappointed in the loss of the shutout?
I don't get too caught up in that. Just look at how we're playing, and I'd promote it if you get one. I'll certainly, validate the work that it takes to get a shutout. But when guys are getting in the game that have not taken practice snaps against that particular scheme, and you just it is what it is, and. But I'd rather those guys get an opportunity to play than worry about the shutout. And you get to that point, and I think the players, it's really important to the players more than it is the coaches. But
getting the turnovers and the multiple sacks in the second half. Talk about how pleased to see that in the second half when you guys already got a big lead, but you're still playing.
Again, just a bunch of guys playing. They're playing with great effort, and sometimes you're wrong, but when you're playing so hard, good things happen, and I think at times that was the case. But an option team, we talk, just a turnover on downs is you can times it by 3 when it's a team like that that's going to limit your possessions, and so that was, I thought, was very pleasing, getting the early turnover on downs in the game. It was, again, they got tough schemes, are hard to defend, so that was terrific. Again, a lot to celebrate, and disruptiveness, whether it was, I think one was Balin coming off the edge, and then Xavier and Chad Smith and everybody else, and then KJ getting the fumble, and Xavier Kelly causing it, and just guys playing hard, and we got some disruptive guys, and they getting the opportunity. Trust and read their keys and play aggressive. So that's a byproduct of that.
How good was it to see Shaq flying around and doing the things
he did?
Yeah,
he got in there right away. I think maybe a second play, got a tackle for loss, and I've been saying he's been developing. He's really come on, and what you saw out there today was a lot of hard work on his part. Shaq's a humble guy, and he's earning the right to be out there on the field. Those aren't, we just don't give out charity snaps. He's earned that right, and he's really starting to come on and playing with more confidence and practicing with more aggressiveness, and so very happy to see his hard work pay off.
Any freshmen stand out to you today?
I'm sorry?
Any freshmen stand out to you today?
I thought, again, you saw, I coach Spector, so he got in there early and wrecked a little havoc. He was the contained player, but comes underneath the block. He made the play. And Xavier and Thomas. Xavier Kelly got inside. That's a hard game. He's learning how to play D-tackle, and then you throw him in there, and the schemes he saw, that was really pleasing to see. Jordan Williams made a bunch of good plays in there as a redshirt freshman. And KJ Henry making it happen when he got out there on the field as well. I had a couple of young corners that got in there. Nolan Turner, really some nice fundamental plays. I know he's not a freshman, as a sophomore. And we intentionally didn't play Mike Jones or Jake. Those guys, they got no work against the triple option. It's just too much to ask, and didn't want to waste a game for them. So we'll find more of a spread type of team to play where they can get in. But I think those are the main guys.
Do you progress a little bit or start working on Texas A&M as soon as you get home?
Oh, I mean, we got to put this one to bed, just our normal routine, and we've put time in to a lot of opponents in the out of season and trying to get ready for this week and this season. So, but we'll give it its due diligence. But yeah, enjoyed just a few hours anyway.
Did you watch any of their game Thursday night?
Yeah.
What'd you think, just from what you saw?
Yeah, they got talent. They've recruited very well. Good quarterback play, excellent skilled players, running back, the tight end. Osborne. I mean, I think he was a top receiver in the country a couple of years ago. And the tight end looks like a great player. And the running back can, take the top off the defense. They've got a bunch of highly recruited guys on both sides of the ball. It wasn't a rebuilding project. They've had great success there, and they'll be a very talented team, and it's a great atmosphere to play, a college football game. And it's going to be a great, great challenge for us.
Did it look like Jimbo's kind of team? Did it look like you're watching Florida State again on tape or something?
Yeah, very well coached, multiple in what they do, and put a lot on the quarterback, and you see his development, taking place, and so we definitely see his DNA there.
Anything else?